You're still here, still breathing, but deep down, do you feel like you've started to disappear? Not from the world, but from yourself. You wake up feeling dull. You don't laugh like you used to. The touch that once stirred something inside now feels distant. And when you look in the mirror, you still see the man, but the spark in his eyes, it's gone dim. If you're over 60 and silently asking, is this just how it ends? I need you to hear this, because it's not over. You're not done. There's a reason you've been feeling this way, and it's not because you're too old or broken. It's because no one told you the truth. That tiny blood vessels in your body, especially in the most intimate places, begin to shrink with age, cutting off circulation, sensation, and connection. This isn't just about sex. This is about feeling alive again. In this video, I'll share with you 4 powerful herbs, natural allies that help older men restore blood flow, revive desire, and reconnect with their partners and themselves, because your body hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting for you to listen. So if something inside you still wants more closeness, more warmth, more life, stay with me. You're not fading. You're being called to rise again. Let me tell you about someone who once felt the same. His name is Raymond, a quiet man, 73 years old, retired Navy vet, widower for over a decade. He didn't come to me for pills. He came to me for clarity. I feel like I'm fading, he said, sitting across from me. Like my body is here, but the man inside me is slipping away. He'd recently met someone, a woman he'd known in his younger years. Their conversations were easy. Her laughter reminded him of who he used to be. But when she reached for his hand or leaned in with gentle affection, he'd pull away, not out of disinterest, but fear. "Doc," he told me, "I'm afraid to hope again. What if there's just nothing left in me?" That's what many men feel but never say out loud. It's not just about sex. It's about being seen, being present, being wanted, not just for what you used to be, but for who you are now. And yet, what Raymond thought was the end was actually a signal, a warning from his body, not that it's giving up, but that circulation was slowing, cutting off not just blood flow, but sensation, emotion, connection. I told him this isn't a countdown, this is a wake-up call, and nature has answers. 3 months later, Raymond returned. Same man, same smile, but something in him had reawakened. He said softly, "She put on an old song, we danced in the kitchen, and this time, I didn't feel numb, I felt alive." That's the shift I want for you. Because what's fading isn't your fire, it's just the flow. And now, it's time to bring it back. Raymond thought he was losing his desire, but what he was really losing was circulation. And he's not alone. You see, after the age of 60, something subtle but deeply powerful begins to happen inside a man's body. The change doesn't scream, it whispers. But over time, those whispers become a silence you can't ignore. It starts in the bloodstream. Our blood vessels, especially the tiny delicate ones that serve the pelvic area, begin to narrow. They lose flexibility. They become sluggish, almost like clogged back roads in a forgotten town. At first, the signs seem harmless. A little less sensation in your body, less morning arousal, a slow fading of energy even after a full night's rest. But these are not just signs of getting older. They're signals. Your body gently saying, "I'm still here, but I need help." Because blood isn't just a transport system, it's a life signal. Where blood flows, life flows. And when circulation slows, so does everything it nourishes. Your hormones, your emotions, your ability to feel connected, to your partner, and to yourself. The truth is, most men don't lose intimacy because of desire. They lose it because their body can't respond the way it used to because the messages simply aren't getting through. But here's the part that matters most. This doesn't have to be permanent. There are natural, time-tested ways to restore that flow, to help your body remember what it was once so good at doing, without pressure, without force, without side effects. Nature offers us powerful allies, herbs that gently open the vessels, increase nitric oxide, boost natural testosterone, and most importantly, bring you back to you. These aren't miracle pills, they're keys that unlock the doors time has slowly closed. And in the next section, I'll show you what those keys are. 4 herbs, 4 real stories, 4 pathways to reconnect with the part of you that was never truly lost, just waiting to flow again. Because when circulation begins to return, something else comes with it: hope. Let's walk together through 4 powerful herbs, gifts from nature that have helped thousands of older men not only restore their blood flow, but reclaim their connection, confidence, and vitality. And we'll begin with the spark, the herb that's been called the ignition key for male energy for over 2,000 years. 1. Ginseng, the root that awakens the man within. In Eastern medicine, it's known as Panax ginseng, or more poetically, the man root. And for good reason, because this isn't just about energy or stamina. Ginseng works where many men feel the most forgotten, in the soft, hidden vessels that once pulsed with fire. Raymond Rell, the same man we met earlier, started his journey here. He began taking 600 mgs of high-quality Korean red ginseng each morning. At first, nothing dramatic happened, but 3 weeks in, he described something beautiful. It wasn't a miracle, but something softened. I felt lighter, like my body was opening up again. Here's what's happening on the inside. Ginseng contains natural compounds called ginsenosides, which help the body produce more nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and enhancing blood flow. This is especially powerful for older men because nitric oxide production naturally declines with age. As those signals fade, circulation slows, especially to the pelvic region. But ginseng acts like a gentle reminder. Open up. Let life flow again. Studies have shown ginseng can improve blood vessel flexibility, reduce fatigue, and enhance sensitivity and arousal, not in a forced, artificial way, but by working with your body. And Raymond wasn't the only one. Another patient of mine, Earl, 69, once said, "I didn't just feel more alive, I felt more present with my wife, like I was really there again." But not all ginseng is created equal. For real results, look for Korean red Panax ginseng, standardized to at least 5% ginsenosides, taken daily and consistently. Because when circulation returns, so does the feeling of being capable again, not just in intimacy, but in everyday life. 2. Horny Goat Weed, the herb that quietly reconnects you. Let's be honest, the name sounds like a joke. Most men chuckle when they first hear horny goat weed, but behind the humor lies something incredibly serious and seriously effective. Its real name is epimedium. Its active compound, icerian, works on one of the same biological pathways as prescription ED medications, but in a gentler, more sustainable way. Here's the science. Icerian naturally inhibits PDE5, the enzyme that blocks blood flow to the penis. Medications like Viagra also block this enzyme, but they do so abruptly, sometimes forcefully. Horny goat weed, on the other hand, supports circulation gradually, gently helping restore the body's natural response rhythm. It doesn't force arousal. It helps you feel again. One of my patients, Glenn, 72, had been married for over 40 years. He told me quietly, "It's not that I can't. It's that I don't feel close anymore. I miss the way we used to hold hands and just be." We started him on a daily dose of 500 milligram of Horny Goat Weed extract, standardized to 10% ichorine. Within weeks, he noticed changes, not fireworks, but warmth. The better circulation brought back subtle signs: stronger morning response, clearer emotion, even better sleep. But more than that, he felt safe reconnecting with himself and his partner. Horny Goat Weed also offers something else. It helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone, while gently supporting testosterone levels. For men burdened by years of silent stress, this shift can be powerful. They don't just feel better, they feel seen again. Just like Glenn, who later told me, "I didn't expect much, but now we talk more, we laugh more, we touch again. I didn't realize how much I missed that." 3. Ginkgo Biloba, the herb that brings you back to life, one tiny vessel at a time. By now, we've talked about restoring the major roads of blood flow. But what about the smaller ones, the invisible alleys where true sensation begins? That's where Ginkgo Biloba shines. Most people know ginkgo as a memory herb. But what they don't realize is that its real magic lies in how it supports microcirculation, the flow of blood to the tiniest, most delicate vessels in your body. And these vessels, they're the ones in your brain and in your pelvis. When they narrow, when oxygen can't reach the tissues that matter most, no amount of desire or love can force a response. One of my patients, Frank, 70, had a clean bill of health, normal labs, healthy heart, but he told me something heartbreaking. "Doc, I don't feel numb emotionally, I feel numb physically, like my body's stopped talking to me." That silence of sensation, of response, is more common than people think. So we began a simple plan. 120 minutes of ginkgo extract twice a day. By week 4, Frank said he felt more alert. By week 6, he said, it's like I'm waking up in layers. Not just my energy, but my touch, my awareness. I'm noticing things again. That's what ginkgo does. It opens the forgotten doors, pathways that haven't seen much life in years. It gently thins the blood, reduces inflammation in aging vessels, and reawakens the body's ability to feel physically and emotionally. And here's the deeper magic. As circulation returns, so does confidence. So does eye contact. So does the way you reach for the one you love. No blue pill can do that. But nature, with time and consistency, can. 4. Tribulus terrestris, the reawakener of the male spirit. If ginseng lights the fire, if horny goat fuels the flow, if ginkgo restores sensation, then Tribulus terrestris whispers to the man within, "You're still in there, come back." This humble herb has one of the most profound effects I've seen, because it works at the hormonal source, gently encouraging your body to produce natural testosterone again, not in a synthetic, aggressive way, but by stimulating the pituitary gland, which signals the testes to do what they were designed to do. And when testosterone rises naturally, it's not just about erections, it's about energy, mood, drive, and that steady, quiet sense of masculine presence that so many men miss but don't know how to ask for. One man, Richard, 74, a widower who had just started dating again, told me, "I didn't want to impress her. I just wanted to feel like me again. Not an old version of me, just real." We began with a moderate dose, 500 milligrams of Tribulus extract daily, standardized to 45% saponins, and over 6 weeks, the shift was unmistakable. He didn't feel younger, he felt more whole. That's what natural hormonal balance does. It lifts the fog, restores muscle tone, clears emotional static, brings back the instinct to connect, to lead, to love, and yes, it improves performance. But more importantly, it revives the man behind the performance. Tribulus isn't a shortcut. It's not about being 30 again. It's about reclaiming your place as a man who still has something to give, something to feel, something to share. Wrapping the four together, not just herbs, but a pathway back. Each of these herbs has a role. Ginseng starts the engine. Horny Goat keeps it running. Ginkgo clears the pathways. Tribulus brings the signals back online. Together, they don't just restore function, they rebuild connection from the inside out. And as blood returns, so does presence. As hormones balance, so does identity. As sensation awakens, so does your ability to love and be loved. Again, as we've seen, restoring blood flow isn't just about reviving function, it's about reviving connection, because once the body remembers how to respond, the heart remembers how to reach out. I've sat across from dozens of couples, married 20, 30, even 50 years, and I've seen something unspoken in their eyes, that love never left. But life had slowly gotten in the way. Bills, kids, health scares, loss, and then silence. Not angry silence, but quiet distance. The kind that creeps in between bedtime routines and television shows, the kind that turns good night into just a habit. But here's what I've learned after decades in this work. When a man begins to feel like himself again, everything changes. He speaks with more warmth. He reaches without hesitation. He laughs not just with his mouth, but with his eyes. And more importantly, his partner responds. Not because she needed him to be young again, but because she missed his presence, his gaze, his spirit. One woman once told me with tears in her eyes, it's not about sex, it's about the way he holds my hand again, like I matter. You see, intimacy isn't just physical, it's relational, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's two people remembering that they're not just surviving this season of life, they're still in it together. And when circulation returns, so does the courage to connect, the willingness to speak, the joy of touch, the quiet strength of simply being close again. So if you felt distant, dulled, unsure if that spark can ever come back, don't just focus on the body. Focus on what your body allows you to feel, to share, to offer. Because when you begin to come alive again, so does everything and everyone you love. So here we are. You've heard the science, you've felt the stories, you've been reminded, perhaps for the first time in years, that your body still holds more than memory. It holds possibility. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you're realizing something powerful. You're not broken, you're not fading, you're not too late. You're just ready for the next chapter, because what these four herbs offer isn't just better blood flow. It's a pathway back to yourself, to your energy, your connection, your pride, your peace. And no, it won't happen overnight. There's no miracle pill, no instant fix, but what you do have is momentum. You've taken the first step by being here, by listening, by feeling something stir inside again. And now, it's your turn to respond. Start small. Choose one of the herbs we've explored today. Talk to your doctor. Share this video with someone you trust. Have a conversation you've been putting off with your partner or with yourself. Because every change begins with a single shift. One decision, one bottle, one hand held a little longer, one quiet night where instead of turning away, you reach forward. And from that moment, everything can begin to return. Your strength, your joy, your closeness, your sense of being fully here again. I've watched men in their 60s and 70s transform, not by chasing youth, but by embracing the life still waiting to be lived. And if you've made it this far, maybe, just maybe, that man is you. So if something inside you whispered yes today, don't let it fade. Take the next step. You're not done, you're just getting started. And in the next episode, we'll take this deeper by hearing from the women, the wives, the partners, the quiet companions who've stood beside men like you for years. We'll explore what they truly feel, what they miss, and how you can reconnect, not just with your body, but with her heart. Because intimacy isn't a one-way street, it's a bridge. And now that your side is awakening, let's meet her halfway. So stay with me. This is just the beginning.